Of course I'm afraid of you. My voice comes out as a whisper. I've always been afraid of you, and you know it. He smirks. At last, a little honesty. I've grown quite weary of your pretense of strength. I shake my head, my eyes filling with tears. Yes, because that's all it's ever been. A pretense. I feel my heart sink in every word that I say, because I'm speaking the truth. God help me. You were right when you said I was weak. Does it make you happy? He sneers slightly. Happy is not the word I would use. He says quietly. Good. A tear falls from my eyes as my voice cracks. Because I hate you for it, Lucius. A small smirk crosses his lips. That makes me happy. For there is no emotion stronger than hatred. I am pleased that I have such a strong effect on you. I close my eyes. He delights in my hatred of him, that bastard. He thrives on it. He's told me as much before. But to deprive him of my hatred would be deprive me of that hatred. And I can't let that be taken away from me. I need to hate him. It's the only thing stopping me from going completely insane. Because if I stop hating him, then I just don't know what to think anymore. Why am I even considering this? I hate him. There's no question about that. No doubt you've always professed to hate. His voice plunges into me like needles, pulling me out of loathing and pain. My son, the Dark Lord, Severus Snape. No doubt you've claimed hate to all of them. I doubt you ever really knew what pure hatred was until I captured you. Tell me, do you know what true hatred is now? Yes. I open my eyes. Yes, I know what hatred is now. But I want you to know this. My one consolation during my time here has become the thought of your death. Believe me, when you die, all of my hatred will die with you. He breathes a small laugh, reaching out and pushing the sticky strand of blood-stained hair behind my ear. So you wish to see me die? Can't say I blame you, after everything I've done to you. Tell me, do you think to perhaps execute the sentence yourself, madman? Is that what you're implying? He chuckles as I swallow sharply. I don't think so, somehow. You just wouldn't have the nerve. You're one to talk. She doesn't really say that. She should say that, but she doesn't. He points his wand at the dressing table, summoning over a bottle of healing potion that rests there. I love how he's like, I don't think you'd have the nerve to kill me. It's like, bitch, you just didn't have the nerve to kill me. It just happened. We just came from there. What are you talking about, bruh? Okay, I'm sorry. It's like, well, you are one to talk. That is so ridiculous that you'd even open your fucking mouth and say that to somebody. No, it's 19 minutes long. God damn it. Ugh. Summoning over the bottle of healing potion that rests there, he catches it and unscrews the lid. His eyes rest on mine. I don't move as he uses his bare fingertips to apply the lotion to the new injuries on my face. The injuries he himself has caused. It's so ridiculous, not to mention unfair. Does he think that he can just erase everything he's done to me today because he can just make my wounds go away? What about the damage he's done to my soul, to my heart? Can that damage be undone? He delicately traces the new gash on my cheek with cold liquid. He does it slowly, the very tips of his fingers running over the openings of my skin. I watch his face, waiting for any reaction he might show. But there's nothing. He's closed himself off. His eyes are as hard and solid as stone, and just as impenetrable. I don't understand. Why doesn't he just heal me with his wand? Wouldn't it be quicker? Scroll. Okay. No. Okay. I have more injuries than just the one on my cheek. There are cuts and welts and bruises on my arms, my shoulder, my chest. He tends to them as well. He rolls up each of my sleeves and strokes the lotion onto the injuries there, over the welts caused by the spells that whipped up and down my arms, over the burns that he created on the tip with the tip of his wand, over the cuts he made with the knife. And I know that I should hate it. I know that I should be screaming and raging at him, at his hypocrisy, raging at his hypocrisy, at this horrible mind game, and at this fact that he even has control over healing me on top of everything else, putting me at his mercy yet once more, in yet one more way. There we go. But I can't hate it somehow. How can I hate something that takes even a little bit of the pain away? I close my eyes. I'm so tired, I just want to sleep. But I can't ignore the pressure of his fingers. Tears burn under my eyelids, and I don't know why. I just feel like there's a huge knot being tied up in my chest, and every time he touches me, it's like he's pulling at that knot, pulling it tighter and tighter, until I can't breathe. Every time he's touching me, it's like he's touching my soul. He rests his fingers on the base of my throat. I open my eyes as my breath hitches in my chest. His gaze flicks up and locks into mine. I blink and a lone tear rolls down my cheek, falling off my chin and landing on his finger. He pulls his hand back quietly. Do try and compose yourself. I hastily wipe the traitorous salty droplet off of my cheek. He sneers. Do you ever tire of weeping? Entertaining as they were at first, I have to admit your incessant tears are beginning to irritate me. Take a deep breath. Don't worry, Lucius. I look him straight in the eye. You shall never see them again. I promise you that. He pauses at that, before he smirks at me. Will I not? Not even tomorrow, when you witness the death of your best friend. Fear clamps its hand around my heart, submerging me in icy water. He won't turn up at the Weasleys, I say, half to him, half to myself. The Order won't let him. He knows the whole thing is a trap. He's not about to waltz right into it. But he also knows what will happen to you if he doesn't comply with us. He breathes a tiny laugh. He'll show up. He has to. He has too much to lose, including his life. I try to keep my voice steely, or that of his best friends. It's an interesting dilemma, isn't it? Especially for a brave, honorable Gryffindor. He smiles maliciously. But do you really think that someone with such an evident sense of nobility will allow his best friend to be killed in exchange for his own safety? I press my lips together. I won't listen to him. Because if I listen to him, that'll make it real. Like it isn't real anyways. You know. It's just strange the way. In a strange way. I have a lot to thank you for. His voice is like poisoned honey. as is his smile. It is thanks to you that we have Ronald Weasley in our grasp. And it is thanks to you that the Weasleys has joined our ranks. You can provide us with you have provided us with wonderful information about the Order. And now you are about to prove to be most effective piece of bait for the Dark Lord's nemesis. I wish he'd stop. If he doesn't stop, I'll cry again. And I can't let that happen. He smiles and trails his finger down my cheek. And through my work with you, I have risen to be a favorite of the Dark Lord once again. I'm deeply in your debt, my blood. You've given me everything. How can he say that? How can he? I won't let him win this one. No, I whisper. Not everything. His smirk disappears and he stands up, stepping away from the bed, keeping his eyes on me. Knocks. The room plunges into darkness. No, stop it. I can't be in the dark. No, stop it. It's funny. Sorry. I can't be alone in the dark with you. It's such an awkward thing to say to someone. It's not even, I mean, she's not saying it, she's thinking it. There's a small crackling sound, and then suddenly there's the tiniest amount of light. I see him placing a small candle on my bedside table. You should sleep, he mutters, and shows no sign of leaving. He just stands there, watching me. I look up for a few seconds before I sigh. Too exhausted to argue, I turn into my side and curl up into a ball. I don't even bother to place bed covers. I'm clearly Canadian. I think I'm Canadian, my soul, if Canada exists. Have you guys heard of my theory? Canada doesn't exist. It's not real. It's a figment of your imagination. Yeah, it's the truth. Believe it. Because I'm too exhausted. I'm so tired right now, I can't even get into the conspiracy theory. Because I'm just too exhausted, and I don't want to sleep in front of him. But maybe I could just pretend to fall asleep, and then he'll leave. Yes. I'll do that. I'll just shut my eyes. Just for a little while. Darkness, silence, pain, a dull pain in my limbs, burning. I can smell it. The candle. It must still be lit. I've been sleeping. I curl my arm up onto my pillow, and I stretch, arching my back away from the mattress. I roll my head to the side and open my eyes. My breath drifts over my lips in a sigh as my eyes widen. I didn't know he was still here.